we can get that done. Let's get you straight into this match. Here we go. Starting on King's Cove LE in the bottom. Right-hand corner in the blue. You may know him from last game. It is Sparklehands. And his Terran opponent in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner. Sorry about that. I still sometimes have to do the left and right because I'm bad at it. One of these days, I'm going to become a grown-up. I don't know when, but eventually. In the top left-hand corner in the red, it is AbyPhantom. A TvT. We haven't seen this in a while. It's been a little bit for a TvT. You guys have me so nervous. I'm now checking to make sure my mic is on at the beginning of every game. I'm like, I'll check 6 or 7 times to make sure that my red light here and my little bars on that side of the screen are going. I am... Woo! It's going to be fun. I'm having so much fun, even if my brain is already falling out of my ears. And I still have 2.5 hours to go. 3 hours to go, even. Oh, goodness gracious. Awesome. The good news is, I've prepared adequately. I brought some snacks. I ate really healthy food today so that I have, like, energy. I've been drinking water all day for my voice. I also brought some snacks. I got some Haribo Gold Bears over there. Cannot wait. I got some Ritz Cracker little cheese sandwichy things. And my secret Korean weapon is this stuff. Now, if you're not in Korea, you'll have no idea what this is. But this is, it's called Beta 500. Beta, oh my. And it's awesome. It's like a vitamin drink. It's like orange and, I don't know, sugar probably. But I somehow, when I drink it, I feel incredible for like an hour. I don't know what it is. I could be dying in like a street corner, stabbed to death like I'm an extra on Game of Thrones. And they could just pop one of these things into my hand. And I'd glug it down and be done, baby. I'd feel great. I'd pop up and start fighting the White Walkers again. Alright, look at this. AbyPhantom getting a nice Reaper here into the main mineral line. And there's not a whole lot here to defend. The 2 Reapers going to get pulled back. But she's going to see it. And AbyPhantom going to get out of there in good time. It looks like he's going to save that Reaper as well with 6 health left. What a nice pick. So 1 kill for the Reaper. And a little bit of consternation caused by the opponent here. Sparklehands going for the same opening we saw a couple games ago with 2 Reapers and the Hellion. Unfortunately, he'd love for those 2 Reapers and the Hellion to be like right here right now, causing damage, causing trouble. But since that 1 Reaper has instilled so much doubt and fear, Sparklehands is still here, baby. Still here. Alright. Supply depot wall beginning here for AbyPhantom. And yeah, here we go. The army for... Gotta get the whole army together here, or maybe not. Sending the whole army out across the map here. 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. That's a lot of damage, and actually with some good control, this might not be a terrible attack here. Sparklehands gotta get the whole army together here, up on the high ground in the middle of the map. Don't you dare, Chef Boyardee. How dare you? Trying to tell me in the chat that my mic is off. You can't fool me. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you won't get fooled again. Alright, so now AbyPhantom should have plenty here to hold off this little attack here from Sparklehands, who waited just a little bit too long, and now the attack of opportunity has passed. I think, oh hey, Bakito! Subbed again, what's up, man? I appreciate this sub, thank you so much. I never get any subs. Oh, jeez. I'm always honored when people sub to the channel. It's great. Alright, Cyclone's now coming out. We see Magfield Accelerator for AbyPhantom and Infernal Pre-Igniter here for Sparklehands. So both players look like they want to go this mech build. But here's the big difference, I think. We see 2 starports already out now for Sparklehands for Liberators. And Liberators could be really key here because famously Hellions, not great against Liberators. But the question is, will it be too little too late as AbyPhantom is setting up for what looks like could be a very dangerous attack already? Now, there's Mag Field Accelerator hasn't finished yet. It's a very long upgrade, 100 seconds. Waiting for that second factory to finish up, and the barracks looks like it wants to land on that tech lab. Going to transition out. I'm not really sure what AbyPhantom wants to do long term, but short term, in here we go, into the main or the natural mineral line rather. Going to lock onto a lot of SCVs. Now, good spreads here by Sparklehands. It's taken a lot of time for AbyPhantom to round up all of these SCVs. And the last one, oh my god, that is the luckiest SCV. Oh, I spoke too soon. Never mind. 11 SCVs going down, and here we go. So a nice lock on there by the Spikeland from Sparklehands, but there should be, oh man. Again, a nice lock on there. AbyPhantom doing a really good job keeping this very active. One Hellion going to get absolutely wrecked, and these two Reapers as well. Good grenades blowing everything back, but AbyPhantom absolutely controlling the pace of this game. This is phenomenal stuff. AbyPhantom coming down with a couple reinforcements here to bolster her defenses and hopefully attack in again. Man, back home, there's just not a whole lot here. But Sparklehands has set up a really good defensive position with this Liberator on the ramp. Sparklehands. Sorry, with the Liberator on the ramp, the sieged up tank in the top, and a Cyclone waiting as well. But that means there's nothing down here. Going to pick off, wow, all of these supply depots are going to go down for absolutely free. Orbital Command just standing uselessly. Liberator repositions. Two siege tanks now up on the high ground. Going to force this mech away here from AbyPhantom, who's taken significant losses also. But AbyPhantom in complete control of the game. Just doing a phenomenal job now. Adding on back home a second factory now for that double Cyclone production. And the one factory there for the double Hellion production. Meanwhile, Liberator range on the, or pardon me, not Liberator range, Liberators continuing to be pumped out for Sparklehands. Unfortunately, when you're only on one base, it's really hard to produce off of 3 factories and 2 starports. It's a very difficult build to make it work. Liberator getting a couple shots up, but the Liberator is finally cleared now. So AbyPhantom still has this strike force, but it just keeps getting whittled down little by little. So I think Sparklehand's defensive posture here is really paying off. It's helping him stay in the game a little bit more than he might actually should be able to. Than he should actually be able to. I don't know. Whatever that word was supposed to be. But Abby back home is taking advantage of the third command set as she's beginning to land. The income advantage is really starting to pay off here. We've got Terran ship and vehicle weapon level 1. We've got smart servos for that Hellbat quick change. We've got blue. Oh, we got a little bit of lag in the game. That's not good. Uh-oh. There we go. We're back out and got Blue Flame on the way, as well as more tech labs with more factories and a 6th factory going down as well. Abby really committing to this incredible stuff. Committing to this incredible mech build. Doing a good job balancing harass and retention of mech units, which is very important. Very often you'll see a Terran player who builds some great mech units and then goes in for harass and just loses a lot of your mech units really quickly. These Hellions and Cyclones don't have a lot of HP. A couple good siege tank shots can take them out in a flash. So it's really important to make sure that you protect and maintain and build up over time while still getting in and doing damage, and Abby is doing a really good balance of all of that. Again, poking in, taking out a couple things here and there, getting the lay of the land a little bit, but now honestly, yeah, with 2 Liberators sieged up, it's just not a whole lot that's going to be able to happen here in this game. But here are all of the upgrades finishing for AbyPhantom. Infernal Pre-Igniter, Smart Servos, Vehicle Plating level 1, Ship Weapons level 1, and with a significant bank and a lot of gas, it looks like we should see, I would hope, 2-2 on the way quite shortly here from Abby. There it is, 2-2 on the way from Abby, continuing to pump out the SCVs, doing a great job. Hey, Chef Boyardee, thank you so much for the follow. I gotta say, Chef Boyardee, you possibly my favorite name in the entire tournament. Just gonna say it. I don't want to disappoint anyone. Like, don't get me wrong, Sparklehands, awesome name. But Chef Boyardee, it's great. It's the weird way you've capitalized it. It just makes it really good. Revenge of the SCVs. Wow, look at that. That SCV kill was great. Only 2 SCVs went down. A cute little run by there from Sparklehands, but it just didn't get any work done, unfortunately. So the problem I'm seeing for Abby now, right now, is that she's still pumping out a lot of Cyclones and a lot of Hellions. There are no starports on the map, and as soon as I say it, 2, 3 starports drop down. Never mind. Abby's doing great. Keep it up, Abby. You do you. Even keeping this mech out in the middle of the map keeping an eye on your opponent. As soon as that third base is scanned, sees there's no army there, there's no Liberator. Well, there's one Liberator sieged up, but the Liberator's going to go down almost immediately. And wow, with the lock-on, we're going to see that, wow, that destruction on the command center. A hit-and-run guerrilla warfare tactic from Abby, who is doing an incredible job. Don't take this fight, though. This is one way to get really close, really far behind if you're ahead, is to take stupid fights. But Abby very wisely locks onto those Cyclones and just gets the heck out of range of the other Blue Flame Hellions. Looks like all 4 of Abby's starports are finished now. Let's see what she adds on to him here. Abby, come on. Running a little low on minerals here as the 4th base is just getting established. I think that's going to slow her down just a little bit. 2-2 about to finish up for Abby. Finally, the first upgrade on the way now for Sparklehands, who has finally established this 3rd base, or is re-establishing this 3rd base, rather, after it got mercilessly destroyed. But look at this, a massive move out on the map. All of Abby's forces, F2, right-click, going over to the 4th base location. Hey! Fatlum 567. Thanks so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the Platinum Heroes tournament, man. This is a great tournament. The Diamond Heroes just finished for the day. It picks back up tomorrow. Platinum Heroes is going on right now. It picks back up tomorrow. We're right now in the round of 8 in Group A of the winners bracket. Here we go. Abby going in for a pretty big attack here. Looks like she wants to commit to this. The Liberator has gone down, and these Cyclones are still locked on. Again, kills off that 3rd base and is going to hit and run. Abby doing a great job keeping her opponent on just 2 bases, and you can see that it has made a massive difference this game. Look at the income just climbing, climbing, climbing for our Red Terran player with this powerful mech army that has been in control of the map the entire game. In fact, I haven't seen these morph into Hellbats once, I don't think, which is surprising because she does have smart servos. But man, look at this. The barracks still floating at home. Send that out. Get that barracks out scouting. Come on, Abby. You can do it. 5th base finished up. 6th base on the way. Abby is not joking around here. 3rd base finally finishes for Sparklehands. And a 4th base now on the way for Sparklehands. But it's going to be significantly behind. All right. Abby got a couple forces back home to defend, but still keeping the bulk of her army here in range of the sensor tower. I think that's a really cute, cheeky move when you keep parts of your army in range of that sensor tower, just to say, yeah, I'm here. And then hiding a bulk of it behind it. You'll see this a lot in higher level games as well, where pros will intentionally show a small part of their army and maybe distract the opponent while they come in with an attack somewhere else. 1 Hellbat here with 1 kill. Unfortunately, Abby doesn't have anything on the side to protect against this Hellbat that's getting a couple kills. Wow, +3/+3 on the way, and Abby's 6th command center is just finishing up. Fantastic work by Abby. Keeping real control of this game and keeping her opponent guessing. 2nd sensor tower is up. Hey, Leon M. Thanks for the follow, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the tournament. This Platinum Heroes is dope. All right, a good scan there from Sparklehands. Going to show exactly what he's up against. We do see a couple of Thors coming out now from Sparklehands, which is a nice choice. I'm not sure if he can support Thor production off of, okay, 3 bases now and significantly oversaturated. But the defender's advantage for Sparklehands is significant here. Look at these siege tanks. Look at these Liberators. It's going to be really impossible for Abby to get up this ramp and get any damage done without taking way too much damage herself. We can see the supplies have almost equalized now. At least army supply and worker supply is even as well. So we should see the graph beginning to... Oh, here we go. Abby going to push up this ramp right into siege tank fire. And oh, God, that's so terrible. Look at Abby's supply number dropping immediately down. 80, 80, 90, 77. Man, an absolutely terrible attack. And that could be what puts Sparklehands back in this game. Hey, Renee Owner. Renee Wunner? Reen Wunner. Whatever. Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. There it is. It wasn't Liberator range after all, friends. That's not what Abby is about anymore. It's all about the battle cruisers, baby. But down, go down, bow, bow, down, down. All right. Fourth base for Sparklehands has been established now, so the income graph should start to look a little more reasonable. Of course, his main is completely mined out, the natural almost as well. Abby's still there we go. Abby's still sharking around outside the fifth base location here for Sparklehands. Sparkle immediately has already shifted over to Viking production with 6 Vikings out rather, and another one on the way. Vikings, of course, going to be pretty good against those battle cruisers. One Hellion causing this entire army to get pulled over. Man, if Abby was paying attention, she could just bop in and take that third base out again. I guess not. There's still a whole lot of siege tanks there protecting it. A pretty big army here from both players, and you can see that the army supply is actually now in favor of Sparklehands. But, oh my god, this is disgusting. 8 BCs with 3 more on the way. Yamato cannon about to come out. Abby getting chased away here, a very dangerous looking army. But the question is going to be, what is she going to do with these battle cruisers? How much GSL has Abby watched to know how to control these battle cruisers super well? Holding off a much larger army with this very small force of Cyclones. Very good control from our Red Terran player. This is disgusting, by the way. I don't care what race you play in game. This is disgusting. Ooh. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 6 base for Abby now. Morphing into a planetary. Immediate scan there from Sparklehands. Sparklehands knows what he's up against now. Another starport coming down for Sparklehands. Fusion core is down for him as well, but no Yamato cannon just yet. The upgrades tab here. The upgrades tab there. No Yamato cannon for Sparklehands. Abby wants to dart in here, but ouch. Yeah, that Cyclone force is going to get absolutely wrecked by those sieged up tanks. But battle cruisers have arrived, baby, and here we go. Warping into the middle of the map. The battle cruisers sharking around, not using their Yamato cannon. Here we go. Yamato cannon is trying to go down on the Thors, but a lot of damage coming in from those Vikings. Only 3 Vikings left, though, and the battle cruisers are still alive, baby. 4 more back home for Abby, and there are still 9 here in production. Now, siege tanks and Hellions don't do a great job against battle cruisers, and I gotta say, suddenly, it looks like the tide is turned for Abby. Oh man, here we go. Moving down into the natural, gonna take out all the army supply. We see 5 Vikings immediately in production, but 9 battle cruisers, make it 10 more. She's just warping them in as they come. Unbelievable. Abby trying to destroy, I guess, transferring SCVs. Not really sure what she's focusing down, but this is doing really well. Here we go. Yamato cannons being wasted on that CC, but that is okay because we're in it for the lulz, baby. Battlecruiser taking out a siege tank, forcing this 5th base to pick up and get out of here. But again, Yamato cannon's going to take that sucker down real fast. Look at that. Oh, man, it's like the box art from the back of the StarCraft 2 box. All those SCVs forced to find refuge in another area. Now, there should be a lot of Vikings coming out here quite quickly, actually. We do see 5 out. Should be 10 quite soon. A couple battlecruisers going into 3rd here. Abby doing a good job of stopping the economy of her opponent. But once these battlecruisers are down by the Vikings, what will she have left? Here we go. The Vikings engaging with the battlecruisers. The battlecruisers taking them out. But the Vikings a little bit more quick here, getting a whole lot of surface area. The battlecruisers moving and shooting at the same time. 55 SCVs have gone down now, and so have all the Vikings. Yamato cannons down on the Thors. The Thors falling one by one. And there's the GG from Sparklehands. AbyPhantom takes game number 1. Bow down down. Rock and roll. What an ending to the game with some literal fireworks. Hokey smokes. Let's get these kids back in for game number 2 when we come back in about 2 minutes. Woo! Man. All right. Oh man, let's get some emotes in the chat for AbyPhantom. 3-3 BCs. That's disgusting. Absolutely gross. I was thinking I might have needed my beta 500 after that, but not anymore. I'm 110% jazzed now. Alright, we're waiting on a map choice from Sparklehands. Again, in the Platinum Heroes tournament, the first maps are all going to be the same in every section of the tournament. So we've got a little list of, for this part of the tournament, this map is first. But then to compensate for the map preparation, the loser of map 1 gets to pick map number 2. So we're waiting on Sparklehands here to make a decision on map number 2. Maybe. All right, very popular map choice today, it looks like. Goodness gracious. All right, we've got the game queued up. Let's get these kids in the game, and then we will rock and roll, baby. All right, I got it ready from one player. I got it ready from another player. Let's go! Excellent. I'm going to get you guys right into game. We are not going to mess around anymore. To get us into game number 2, a TvT between AbyPhantom and Sparklehands. Ooh. Oh, Bakito. Oh, yeah, I read After the Rains. It was really good. Would love to hear some more about that universe. Oh, dude, thanks. After the Rains was... I really loved that one. If you liked that one, they're not... I don't have, like, established universes for my writing, because I'm terrible at it. But if you liked that one, be sure to check out... there's one that I wrote a couple weeks after that called Kansas. And it's a similar sort of thing that you might kind of be jazzed about. So definitely check out Kansas, because it's very similar. All right, here we go, baby. In the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, coming off a tough loss against a whole heck of a lot of battlecruisers. In the blue, it's Sparklephantom. Sparklehands. Oh my god, let's try that again. In the blue, it's Sparklehands. There we go. And in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, showing us the true power of the Hyperion. In the red, it is AbyPhantom. Look at her go. Rock and roll. Ow! Alright. So AbyPhantom showing us that mech and battlecruisers work together. And Sparklehands showing us that siege tanks and Hellions are great, but not against battlecruisers. So we'll see what they go for this time around. Now, early on last game, both players committed to that mech quite quickly. We could tell from right at the beginning, they were immediately swapping around, building up mech forces pretty rapidly as the game progressed. So we're going to have to see if they're willing to commit this early. Pardon me, willing to commit this early to a similar tech choice. We do see a factory here. And okay, so first difference in builds here. Abby's going to go Barracks Expand. Feeling pretty comfortable to macro after last game. But factory first here from Sparklehands. Scout here from Abby is going to show that Reaper coming out. Get the full scout here. We'll see both gases taken, so that's a bit of a sign that something could be coming. But, you know, it could be anything. Meanwhile, Abby's Reaper going to take this high ground and I think try and get maybe a little bit of a snipe here on the Reaper for Sparklehands. Nah, never mind. The pathing's a little bit different. SCV waiting to build. Sparklehands needs 10 more. Oh, man, Abby could have picked off that SCV. It would have been huge, but never mind. Sparklehands drops his expansion on the low ground. Now, Abby's expansion here, I think it probably will finish up before the Reaper gets there, so the Reaper's going to be a little bit late. However, it should be able to pick something off here. Oh, it's going to take a little more winding, circuitous route here into the natural. And just chilling. They're both just chilling. They're both like, yeah, whatever, man. I got a union. I'm entitled to a 15-minute smoke break right now. You legally have to let me. Here we go. Reaper into the main. There's nothing here to defend against this. It looks like both Reapers are getting a little bit of damage done here. We'll see the SCV kill numbers coming up quite soon. The Marine's going to chase away this. Oh, and they're going to get that Reaper very nicely done. Abby, oh, gets surrounded, though. Takes her eye off the ball for just a minute, and the SCVs get the revenge kill. So if you're keeping score, it's pretty similar. 2 kills on that one Reaper, but nothing too crazy. Sparklehands floating his barracks out. Starport, factory, starport. It is mech again, baby. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we see 2 barracks coming down for AbyPhantom. Looks like she wants to go a little more standard play this time. Got a factory that's building a reactor, and stim pack is on the way. You know, I think a lot of people would complain that we've seen so many games on King's Cove today. But I'm going to tell you right now, this map is freaking gorgeous. Look at this. It's got like all this like ocean waves on the side. It's got little doodads here and there. Ah, man, the map makers are getting so good at making maps. It's beautiful. Hold on, I've just made a mistake.
Game paused.
Sorry guys, we're not supposed to be able to play this map twice. I need to check with these players real quick and make sure it's alright. It's too late now. I just want to get the okay from both players to make sure. Okay. All right. Oh man, so yeah, technically we shouldn't have played this map twice in a row. Sorry guys, I'm juggling like 5 different screens right now. Which map is I've just come off of is like gone from my brain as soon as I end up calling it. So anyway, both players have said they're fine with playing the map twice. Normally this is not supposed to happen, but I forgot to catch it. So, thanks for keeping me up to date, chat. You're gonna learn how right you are in 3 minutes. All right, third base on the way for both players here. So both players really, I think, expecting to go into a more macro game. They've seen what they're up against. They've seen that their opponent is a threat in the early and mid and late games. So they're not afraid to power into that late game and make something happen. And here we're going to see the big difference. Oh man, what a catch. Look at that. Sparklehands going to see this drop coming immediately. And Abby is just gonna go for it, I guess. Okay, gonna head across the map with 2 medevacs full of Marines that have been so so thoroughly scouted that Sparklehands knows what their manufacturer ID numbers are, but weirdly has not moved any army into position yet. Has no Widow Mines, well, 1 Widow Mine here with drilling claws, but a bunch still at the front. But this drop's coming in from the back. Oh, man. Okay, let's see what this Widow Mine can get done. This is going to be the savior. Okay. Oh, locks onto the medevac, but the medevac is still alive, and all 14 Marines are still here, baby. Getting in behind that mineral line. Widow Mine's trying to get down, but with this many Marines, it's going to be deadly. Oh, the Marines get... Oh, it's a little too late, and the Widow Mines go down, but the Marines are still alive. I don't believe it. Those are hero freaking Marines. The 1 missile auto turret dies and gets... Wow, what a catch. The missile turret takes out the drop, so both players significantly hurt, significantly set back. This is crazy. I think that paid off for Abby, honestly. With 18 SCV kills, I think that's worth 2 medevacs and 14 Marines. But, oh, geez. I'm just not sure anymore. Both players landing their thirds at about the same times. Look at that. Sensor tower now for Sparklehands, who is not going to get caught again. But Abby with a pretty good lead now as far as income goes. Let's take a look at the income chart. We can see it spiking in Abby's favor with a great drop that just unfortunately got caught by a lot of Widow Mines. So she does know she's up against Widow Mines. She does not yet have a starport with a tech lab to get a Raven out. It looks like she's just going to rely on scans to pick up any Widow Mines that happen to blink her. So here we go. Abby's going to move across here. We've got 3 medevacs, a handful of Marines, and 3 siege tanks. So a pretty significant fighting force here. But here's what I'm going to say. Can you take a minute to imagine what this army would look like with 2 more medevacs and 14 more Marines, the game would just be over. As it is, they're in pretty good shape. With stim, with combat shields, +1/+1, about 3/4 of the way done. Not too bad at all. And we see Ravens and Banshees coming across. That's not really a great counter for a lot of Marines. But we'll have to see what they can get done. A nice little Hellion run by here from Sparklehands into the third. Is going to take out a couple SCVs here in the third. Is it going to force Abby to go back home? No, it doesn't look like it. Abby just setting up outside, hanging out with this armed forces, just chilling. A lot of Widowmines burrowing to protect this third base. The Hellion's still here. 1 siege tank and a lot of Marines. Should be able to clean that up pretty easily. And in fact, the medevacs are going to be heroes here. Not a single Marine goes down, but 7 SCV kills, which is nice. We see that the pardon me, the worker numbers are exactly the same now. So game normalized, right? Right? I hope so. We'll have to see. Scouting medevac to get jammed by, yep, 2 Widowmines. And Abby gonna set up and scan, I imagine. Couple of Banshees coming out. No cloak on those Banshees, so they're going to fly right over that Marines. And, oh, man, both Banshees going to go down instantaneously. Siege Tank's picking off a lot of Widowmines here. Unburrowed Widowmines as well within scan range. So Abby does know that those Widowmines are there. Raven gets some Dorito dust on, okay, the medevacs and a couple Marines. Not the best Dorito dust I've ever seen. An autocannon drops in Siege Tank range. Second auto turret drops in Siege Tank range as well. We see 5 Ravens now out for Sparklehands, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I'll live with it. A lot of auto turrets going down, but now those Ravens are low on energy. Okay, gonna break maybe 1 siege tank, gonna Dorito dust 1 siege tank and drop a couple more turrets, forced away by these Marines. Looks like with this, they're very mobile bio force. I think Abby is gonna be in really good shape to defend against this odd Marine build. Marine build. This very odd Raven build that Sparklehands is going for. 4 tech labs and 4 starports. That is crazy. Okay. So, 5 Ravens out right now. Look at the Army tab. Units tab. Sorry, that's what I wanted. The entire army right now is 11 Widowmines and 5 Ravens. I've seen this style before, and I think if you guys are familiar with my stream, you'll be very familiar with how excited I am to watch this many Ravens and this many Widowmines out for a TvT. But the Raven's going to shark around, get a little more damage done here. A bit of HP chucked off of this siege tank, so the siege tank's doing okay. Another scan going down from Abby, and a 4th command center back home for Abby as well. So Abby is keeping the pressure on the front here. Gonna drop. Oh man, that medevac flew right into Widowmine fire, lost a huge bunch, and a couple giant Widowmine shots gonna go off here. But it looks like Abby is committed, and with this many medevacs, I think you can probably afford to be. Another big scan to pick off the Widowmine here. The missile turret is the only thing left. As far as defense goes, there are, I think, 6 Ravens now and a couple Marines. The Marines need to take out that missile turret, but the siege tank has arrived in the main. There is a siege tank now for Sparklehands, but it looks like Abby's going to get on top of it. It doesn't get any shots off, and Sparklehands is in a lot of trouble. 2 Widowmines burrow to take out a couple Marines, but the constant scanning here from Abby might be. There's another scan from Abby, going to take out another Widowmine. And the Marines are going to force a liftoff here in the natural. It looks like Sparklehands is in really rough shape with worker counts and unit counts about half of what Abby has. Abby continuing to move a whole new force across the map. Reinforcements have arrived. A lot of auto turrets going down, but there's simply too much here from Abby. The first wave has been cleaned up. These Ravens have got to be getting low on energy. The depots are raised, but the depots are going to get taken down almost immediately. A couple more auto turrets going down, chucking away at the armor little by little. The tanks on the ramp there, preventing the move up, but here we go. Abby starting to move forward. The Ravens trying to protect themselves, but now Abby is on top of the production facilities, can pick off all of those tech labs. That's 2 siege tanks siege up in the main. Abby moving units across the map, rallying them straight to her opponent's natural. The natural still hasn't been able to land. The third, of course, is still going, but the main is destroyed. 20 SCVs going down. Sparklehands just contemplating her fate here, and there it is. The victory is going to go to AbyPhantom 2-0. Well played.